Got a great question today. This one is going to be spicy. Is it okay to hire an aspiring wholesaler to expand your current real estate investing business? Now, I'm going to answer today's question because it's a hot one. But if you don't know me, my name is Todd Toback, and I've wholesaled close to 1,000 houses, and 95% of those were locked up by someone on my team and not by me personally. And I specialize in teaching real estate hustlers to extract themselves out of their business so that they can turn their real estate wholesaling business that generates cash month after month after month without their personal day-to-day involvement. In other words, I teach hustlers how to be real business owners. Now, if this is the first time watching one of my videos and you have not been to our website, nextlevelwholesaling.com, there's an assessment there you must download. It's absolutely free, nextlevelwholesaling.com, and it's going to have you rate yourself, give yourself a score in the 4 core areas of your real estate wholesaling business. That's marketing, acquisition, disposition, and cash flow accounting. Now, why this is so important, it's going to help you evaluate yourself so that you know where you are, and you can get to this point, okay? And that is freedom, where you've extracted yourself from your business, and now that wholesaling business is operating without your day-to-day involvement. So head on over to nextlevelwholesaling.com. So today's question, submitted by Jack out of LA, by the way, tough market, big money market, by the way, has a question, has an aspiring real estate wholesaler who wants to come work with him. Now, Jack is one of our up-and-coming students, starting to crush it and gaining momentum, hired some key positions, but now has this acquisition specialist role. And if you don't know what an acquisition specialist is someone who can help elevate you out of the spot, okay, where you do not have to meet with motivated sellers every day. You don't have to be taking calls at night. You don't have to be taking calls on the weekends. And you can expand and empower others to do this for you. And so now the question is, should I hire someone who wants to be a wholesaler, someone who wants to do what you do, right? And should I bring them into my business and work my seller leads? Right? Now, this sounds great, right? You're going to have a ton of freedom. You're not going to have to answer the phone. They're going to handle all the follow-up. They're going to lock deals up. And it's amazing. I can tell you the first time that I hired an acquisition specialist, right? His name was Brian. I was overwhelmed. I was tired. I was frustrated. I didn't want to answer the phone anymore. And I can tell you it was probably one of the single best decisions I've ever made in my business, is to make that first hire. Okay? I'm telling you, if you're a wholesaler and you're burnt out, you don't like your results, you've got to make that hire. And I'm not trying to take us off topic here, but it is so, so, so important. So, Jack, first of all, congratulations for starting to make that move. I know it's scary, but it's going to be awesome. So the question is, why should you or why should you not hire an aspiring wholesaler, right? Well, you've already had success. So what are our fears around this? Well, many people are scared to hire an aspiring wholesaler for a couple reasons. Number one is they're scared that they're just going to train this person and now they're going to become their competition, right? That's one reason. The other reason is maybe they think that this person, they'll train this person, but this person might be distracted, right? And I think those are very valid concerns, right? In my business, I've hired, some wannabe wholesalers to work in our business, and I've trained them for a few months, and we've made some revenue, but then they've kind of done their own thing, right? And so that's also a valid concern. Well, let's take a look on the other hand, right? And then we might think that this person is kind of just an entrepreneur and not really, not an employee. So that's the third thing, right, that you might run into. But what we're really scared of, the root issue, is that we're scared that either this person will be working with us for a short time and then we're going to lose them. 2, maybe you're scared that you're going to create competition. So that's maybe the second fear. And the third thing is maybe you think they just won't be focused, right? That's probably the third, right? Is that they're going to be all over the place. And so my recommendation is to, kind of hit those fears between the eyes, find out what you're really looking for. So for me, when I'm looking for an acquisition specialist, I'm looking for a few things. Number 1, I'm looking for coachability. Number 2, I'm looking for loyalty. I want someone who's going to be with me for a long period of time. right? Very, very important, because when you bring somebody on and you train them, that takes time and energy and resources, and it is worth it. I promise you, this person can give you real freedom. And then you're also looking, coachability, loyalty. You're looking for consistency, someone who can work day in and day out and work your leads and follow up, right? And the fourth thing that I always say is you're looking for smarts, right? You're looking for someone who could think on the fly and adjust like they need to. Very, very important. So those are the four things. Now, if I interview somebody, I'm not going to fall in love with them just because they listen to a podcast or a YouTube channel or a Facebook Live, right? And they want to make a ton of money in real estate. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for someone, A, who wants to make money. Number 2 is consistent. Number 3 is loyal. 4 is coachable. And 5 has got a head on their shoulders, right? If they have those things, and I see that they're aspiring to be a real estate investor, that's okay, right? I mean, think about it, right? People want to make more money. Everybody wants to make more money. They want to better themselves. So if they have this aspiration to be here, and they have all the qualities that I'm looking for right here, right? The question is, can we come together and make a marriage made in heaven? Okay, so that being said, what is my requirements to working with a wholesaler? Well, the one thing that I love to do is if I've got a challenge or a worry or a concern, I'm going to hit it right between the eyes. So if I'm interviewing this person, and I've got to assume that you've interviewed them using all the terms that we teach in Next Level Wholesaling, and you like them. Your only concern is that they are they want to be a real estate investor or a wholesaler, right? The gap there is I've got a couple of conditions. Number 1 is that this person has to agree to work with me exclusively, right? So they cannot be trying to do their own deals on the side, and I make that clear. I say, hey, if you want to be a real estate investor and invest right now and do your own deals, that's great, but we're not a fit to work together. So number 1, they're going to work with me exclusively, and I'm going to have them commit to that and really, really be sold on that idea so that they can learn. Number 2 is that I'm going to request a certain time commitment to work together. What does that mean? Well, that means that I'm going to request a 2 or a 3-year commitment. Now, can you force them to stay with you 2 or 3 years? No. But I'm going to work with people who with integrity, right? And they're going to follow their word, and most likely they're going to stick with me if they agree with that. Okay? And those are my main 2. The third, though, is I'm going to ask them. I'm going to say, look, I know you want to go here, right? I'm going to bring you here. Are you going to be patient enough? You need to really ask yourself if this is what you want. And I'm going to get those commitments, and I'm going to understand that, and I'm going to hire a person of integrity by talking to their previous employers, right? Then my answer is absolutely yes, right? So my data for you, I actually have data for this. My single best acquisition specialist that I hired was with me for, well, we've got like a number in the top 3, but 2 out of my top 3 wanted to be real estate wholesalers, right? 2 out of my top 3, and they were with me for multiple years, right? 2, 3, and 4 years. I've also had people who didn't want to be wholesalers who didn't last, right? So I've seen the other thing, that just because someone does not want to be a wholesaler doesn't mean they're going to stick with you. Just because someone just wants to be an employee, right, doesn't mean that they're going to be with you forever or that you're going to be with them. So yes, when you hire an aspiring wholesaler, there's a risk that they quit or they learn too fast or they leave you. But my recommendation to you is, number 1, lead. Number 2, as Richard Branson says, give everybody everything that they need. Empower them so that they can do this whole business without you. He also says, treat them so good that they'll never leave you, right? So that's a really, really, really important point. So to summarize today, and before I summarize, by the way, if you're just tuning in and you have not downloaded the assessment, head on over to nextlevelwholesaling.com. Download the Next Level Wholesaling Business Assessment. It's going to have you rate yourself in marketing, acquisition, disposition, and sales and marketing. Really important so that you can understand where you're trying to go. So head on over there. By the way, if you've actually have this fear of hiring someone who's involved in the business, write down in the comments. Say, I'm scared. Right? I'm scared. Write down in the comments. Or if you could say, hey, I've got courage. That's fine too. I just want to know kind of where you're at in your journey. All right. So the last thing, and just to summarize, look, I don't care if someone wants to be a wholesaler. I want to make sure that they've got the qualities that I'm looking for. right? Are they smart? Are they coachable? Are they consistent? Are they loyal, right? Number 2, are they going to fit? Are they willing to stick with me for a period of time? And if they are, yes, game on. Work with them, train them, pour into them, lead, and they will follow. And then, once you train them and once you put in the time, guess what? Your bank account will thank you. Your free time will thank you. And my wish for you is that if you hire that wholesaler or not a wholesaler, you go out there and expand yourself by empowering others. So hope you enjoyed this video, guys. I had a great time on this one. And I appreciate it. Leave a comment. Let me know where you'd like to see other videos. I'm really, really enjoying these, and I will see you on the next one. Talk to you soon. Bye.